Approve the minutes from wastewater. On the vote. Mr. Seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Consideration carries. Got one to sign. Consideration of the council meeting minutes on July 28th.
Motion to approve the July council meeting minutes.
Motion's been made to approve. Councilman Loach. Green, seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor, aye. Opposed? We'll move on to our agenda items. First, old business. First one, the old business, property code violations.
Mayor Council, the property 105 Hooper Road, as I understand, it's being kept up. You're seeing property that is before circuit court, that will be on September 1st. And believe the estate is still open at 3177 Highway. I don't know if the property's sold yet. I'll try to-
Yeah, we have one that's down on Van Lair Highway. I'm not exactly sure what the address is. Is the one past Darren Christie? There's one down there that's grown up really bad. I don't believe anybody's living there. And, they have asked for a couple of times that the city look into. I don't know who.
Is it Skip?
No,
I think it was mowed today.
it was. Come back up this way.
Oh,
White Brick. Yes, the White Brick one split up. They
Anyway,
just disappeared.
We'll,
They're gone.
We'll get the address of the, who owns it. So
yeah. Is there something like that that we can do to send somebody to clean it up, or pay somebody to clean it up, send them a bill,
there is, I think you need to first give them notice.
give them notice?
It's fine.
Right. Approval, I think we need to do these one at a time, correct?
Yes, sir.
So
Mr. Mayor, I was asked for a clarification specifically for the mayor position, but we have it in our budget to hire a part-time position, is that correct?
that's correct.
And your plan is still to be at the office every day going forward?
Probably, yeah,
Most of the time. I know that that was not the standard two-ish years ago. correct?
Yeah, correct.
I just want to make sure we got that out and open. We're trying to abide by the financial audits that we've had the last 2 years that showed we needed to do better at the separation of duties.
Or multiple people doing different jobs. That hopefully will satisfy that finding.
I'll make a motion.
Motion to approve it.
We're doing all three at once.
No, one at a time.
I'll second.
Sure. Seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? I guess we just need to do that. Pass that around.
Yeah.
The next item would be to increase monthly salary for council.
For clarification, Mr. Vanderbilt, we're going to be on the next council. Do we need to vote on this or preferably not?
Well, you would vote on it because it's not an increase for this council, it's for the council that takes effect.
I understand. If I'm on the next council,
It's fine to vote on it. It's fine for declaration. Elected. So,
Okay. Thank you. Pastor makes a motion to increase the city council, Councilman Green. Seconds, any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? And the third resolution, or ordinance, excuse me, is to increase the pay for the planning and zoning committee.
Motion to approve the planning commission.
So motion is approved. Pastor, seconds. Any other discussion or any discussion? Didn't have any other. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, moving on to the third item is the ordinance for internal control manual for possible approval, excuse me. The three of us actually talked with the auditor during her time here earlier. And she says there's some things in there that need to be, I guess, tweaked or,
It's a good general.
yeah.
But once you get specific people, specific functions, you need to put those in there.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You all are not adopting it by ordinance, you're adopting it by resolution.
Resolution.
Resolution. Order recommendations on the article. Or all, just have it put it back. I think unfortunately,
Is it?
resolution.
Res-
Resolution.
Yeah, it says
It
ordinance,
says
ordinance on number 3, but the resolution is the actual.
That's more of a document that we anticipate it wouldn't.
Resolution's not gonna put it in place.
Resolution's gonna put it, yes,
Okay.
policy, yes. Policy which is.
We plan on having this in our next meeting, Mr. Mayor.
Probably discuss some of the things. And yes, motion to approve it. Yeah, go through this stuff and you see things, make notes. Because you may see something that I don't. And so, any discussion? All those in favor? Approving or adopting this resolution? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The next item is the drainage issues related to the area of the Charlotte Hometown Pharmacy from off of Don Evans Road, or Drive, whatever it's called. After getting a little help with some possible fixes up there, it was brought to my attention, it was brought to my attention that the city never adopted that as a city street. But however, the street is primarily, if the surveys are right on Tennessee property data and over at the courthouse, primarily basically all of that road is on Don Chewy's property. which at the time belonged to Paul Wood. And, but maybe before that, it belonged to Wilburn Sessler and to T.L. Alley. And when the ball field was started up there, an easement was given to the ball field to have access to that property, because the only way they could access it is what used to be Johnny's One Stop, or which is the Shell station up there. However, with the easement from properties that are there, I mean, it's still according to the deeds. I mean, it's according to us to maintain for any wear and tear to the street. And, Attorney Vandervoort, he can correct me on any of this if I'm wrong. But I mean, I spoke with Stephanie about it a little bit, and I know she's making changes. And still, I told her, even though that it was not a city street, that it's going to limit us to what can be done up there. But I mean, at least I can still have our ditch that the city property owns. I can still have that ditch cleaned out and run a culvert across an easement that belongs to Mr. Gene Shelton, which, maybe will help some of the drainage issues there. I don't know. But that's about where we stand now.
Well, you're saying that the city only owns that part, that one piece of property. You don't have an easement to anywhere else. You just have that one property. And you're talking about putting a culvert in y'all's property just to run.
Mhm. There were a couple of other things that were, could be recommended, but like I said, we would have to just, actually, we'd probably have to get a survey done as to where the actual property lines are. But there was a couple of other things that could be done, maybe to help divert water, even more water that's coming off from, well, as we pointed out in our discussion earlier, from all the way from that dang coffee truck, that duplex up there all the way down the hill from the backside. But anyway,
Let me ask this, so Don Chewy's owns the road,
well, it's on that property, yes. But
I'm gonna wait to speak until I get that. I have plenty to ask about that.
it's just,
how does that affect, say, my dad's easement in the city? Is it null and void?
no,
Well, how can the city give an easement if you don't own the property?
but we own the property that her easement is on. And
Not where the property hits the road.
well, we have an easement.
You just told me you didn't have an easement.
No, I said we have an easement. All the properties up there have an easement.
But you have an easement on y'all's property. You don't have an easement.
No,
on
we have an
everybody else's
easement.
property?
We have an easement from
Where?
Highway 48, all the way around the city, all the way around to the city's property. The ball field has an easement.
On that one side?
No, the entire road
The ball.
is an
field.
easement. Yeah, the ball field has an easement from Highway 48 all the way around.
But
up
how
to
does that affect the city? That's what I don't understand. If the ball field has an easement, how does the city have an easement?
because we have property.
But you only have one. Right, but it's only one property, so you have easement on that whole road. But you're saying you're gonna how can you put a culvert there?
Because it's on city property. It's on that lot, that acre lot that the city owns.
Mr. McElvey, so looking at the history of
So how can the city?
dedicated with 50-foot. As far as paving it, that's something I'm assuming the city is has to do with the ball field, and historical dedication and monies to the ball field. Again, I don't know the complete history of it, but the easement there that the city received, that just goes to that 1 acre tract plot.
Just goes to one.
That just goes to 1 acre tract plot.
Okay, and so that on up, is not the city's pass.
That is not it's not, we don't, the city doesn't have an easement, it's record. So, as far as it being maintained, I think over the course of years, it's been maintained by the ball field.
That's not. Which is my question. The state comptroller, if you're using city funds to pave it, but you don't own it, you pay other private properties?
Again, I don't know the history of how it was paid. I have to obviously know that. You're telling me that the city has an obligation to keep up the easement for the purpose of ingress and egress. I don't know beyond that.
Anything else on that at this time? And the last or fifth item concerns the budget approval letter of the city's fiscal 2027 budget from the Comptroller's Office. We have received that. So they are in possession of our budget. There was a little glitch in that because we didn't actually pass a certified tax rate. Mr. Vandervoort got that clear, reached out and got that cleared with them because that was part of our budget, improvement of our budget. So we did receive a letter and they have it on file. And it's in your packet. All right, new business. We'll move on, and there's a resolution that we have here related to data center moratorium 2026. We talked about this a little bit last month to sign a resolution to block or prevent any development of all data centers within the city. I do think, and I found this out today, that the county is working on something as well. And it wants to also include the city, but I mean, I think we need to pass this or, you know, in order to have control of inside the city limits.
Mr. Renee, you're putting a moratorium on it through August the 31st of 2027. Additionally, City of Dixon, County of Dixon, White Bluff, and I think the City of Burns are all kind of coming together trying to form some universal, like a better way beyond uniform set of standards for the entire county.
What is the reason for it only being posted for 1 year? Is that standard, or can we lengthen that if we want to?
I think we can lengthen it, if you lengthen it, if you wanted to, I think it gives this. Seems like properly. Something the planning commission did. Recommendations. Plan here as well. Certainly.
That's-
I don't think so.
There's someone to bring up.
Any other discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is resolution 2026, AI, artificial intelligence. To put a policy in place that is basically it's preventing the use of any AI equipment or anything to be used for city. I don't think it,
It's not banning it.
not banning it, but,
It's establishing a process that town mayor, city board, overseeing. Should go. Talk about the sewer leading, some of the utilities nationwide and. Try to at least initially put something in place that involves. Obviously, put more insurance on it. This is just an initial policy. It's something in place.
I heard Mr. Mayor, any ideas if you're having to use AI? For use?
not at this time.
I would say we wouldn't need this until we had a plan to use it. First, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Kind of weird to have a policy for something you're not doing currently. Is that fair?
I understand where you're coming, but once it starts getting used and you have a policy in place, you're almost planning from behind. So I think you're trying to get ahead of it. I think most municipalities are adopting AI policy. You know, it hasn't evolved. And that's why it's, again, John's a resolution.
Got some examples of what falls under this? Hot topics like block cameras, stuff like that.
Not so much flock cameras. The earlier example we talked about in sewer was a lot of storage in the cloud technology that he's monitoring. He may decide to, I want ChatGPT to monitor for me and report the following type of issues. It could be taken over. It's kind of an odd example, but it is an example. Using it, one is using AI to be using. That's one poor example. And it's quite frankly, it's recent. Certainly. At least initial policy in place.
September meeting concerning resolution. Second,
I think it's more, I think y'all need to understand.
Any other discussion? And the next, third item is festival update. Um, A lot of the planning is moving forward pretty good. There's vendor names of the ones that have signed up. I don't think these are not necessarily the spaces, are they? Just number to the left.
Yes, that is the specific cases that will match the big map.
And so you will
And coordinating
record our,
what they,
you can look,
what they have.
on the map in the office to see where different ones will be located. You know,
Did Reese, was there?
Yeah.
Did Reese reach out to you?
Yeah.
yeah.
I told him I would get the details of where it would need to be placed and when and all that from Chad and all of that. So, yeah. we got to find out.
But we need as many volunteers to help out that day as we can get. Just doing odd and
I'll reach out to, SGA that helped Robin last year. SGA that can use those volunteer hours.
yeah. Well, I know that, the Lions Club
Yeah.
will be also helping around the square, especially in the morning with the, I think with the vendor setups and stuff like that, directing traffic. But any other help. Yeah, yeah.
Trying to get it all.
That map is on that page somewhere. I probably have to save it on my phone somewhere, but we posted it.
Yeah. I was gonna say if we could post that again this year on Facebook and then on the website as well. Anything else, new business, committee reports, Grant Board, have anything? Finance? Don't really know anything to report after 1 month. I do think that our finance situation, according to our auditors, looking a whole lot better than it was in the, as far as the accounting side is concerned. So that was good to know. Thanks to Sherry number 1 and Sherry number 2 and Ricky with their help. No, we don't have anything else. Wastewater board. Discussed. Next thing, street and bridges. There again, you're encouraged if you know where potholes are. Please report it.
Phillips Street is having an issue.
Yeah, that's a big issue. And I didn't know if we want to try to address that this time or wait till next month. But I know that, was it 2 years ago that we got the bids on 5 different streets? Phillips Street was one of them.
Yes.
And Corley was the other one. And so I didn't realize, because I hadn't been up Phillips Street in years, till one of the residents up there called me, and it's, when you get about halfway down, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So they asked that we look into that. I know what it was bid out 2 years ago. It was around over $25,000 to repay it.
But my biggest concern was just how much it's moved, but a couple that lived there sent me some pictures of what it looked like and now what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's something that's one of the first things I wanted to address, especially when, we take over or, start over with new group in September. And there may be some other places that need it as well. What did the guy say from the state, Chad, about the bridge down here? Is that gonna be our responsibility or theirs?
My understanding is their responsibility. They said they have a plan they are working on, but it is not in their 3-year projected plan.
Okay. And that bridge is down here on Old 47, which we posted signs yesterday or today, that reduced the weight limit, because that bridge is getting in pretty rough shape. So, in other words, if you drive a dump truck and it's full, I would not go across it. Street lights, signs.
I got one straight lights out, I gotta go pull a pole number to get it.
Okay. All right, and they never have gotten back to me. They tell me every year that they're gonna change all the street lights out to LEDs, but nothing's ever done.
Mayor, is there any update on getting the plugs back on the pole for Christmas decorations?
I know that the engineer from Dixon Electric's been over here, and just when that'll take place, I don't know. But some of you may have noticed that the blinking red lights, that the three-way are gone. That's temporary, because they were attached to the old wooden pole down there, and Dixon Electric was asking for all of that to be, because it belongs to the city, they was asking all of that be removed and then moved over to the steel pole, which is gonna require moving the meter base and the controller box. And so we've got that in the works now for him to coordinate with the electric department and get that moved over and get those lights back up. That's all I have. I don't know if anybody else has anything else. Public safety, nothing. Parks, recreation, beautification. What about our fountain? Did y'all ever get to check on it today?
I haven't made it over.
All right, had a little 3-year-old boy that I'm related to. They came around today, and the first words out of his mouth, "It's not working." So anyway, he likes, his mama said he loves to go by and go to the fountain house. Planning and zoning, is there anything?
Permits coming in. We will permit. Trickling in.
Construction, nothing. Ambulance service, any update on that?
Donnie says now he'll be out by September.
Okay.
He had, some trimming out, just some little things here and there in the new building. Shouldn't be long.
You always runs anybody. Construction never goes as fast as you think, especially a remodel, huh, Steve? All right, so that brings us to open the floor for public comments. I guess, Stephanie, you got one. Did you sign up, Bill?
No.
Here, I'll write it on there.
Write his name down there.
You've done this for that many years, you ought to know.
Back on the road. I never adopt that road in Sixth Street. Since we've been keeping it up all these years.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see what that process is, as far as you know, it being given an easement, I don't know.
Lives on their property.
Well, it's on their property.
But it's like, well, just to give you an example, it's like down here going across our property. There's an easement, but we technically don't own the road. According to the one, you know, the attorney that signed it.
Something Don Schuler got donated to the city.
Yeah. I mean, that's a possibility. He's pretty.
Then we don't do it, go pull his license.
Of course, and
he puts a gate up, $5 per gate.
no, he cannot do that because there's an easement. There's an easement going across. I mean, yeah, my apologies. But you got anything else?
So what I've got is, maybe look into out in the street. Thought it was done way back. Ralph Hunt. Robert Jones.
Well, I can't find anything in the book.
And that's all I got.
Stephanie,
Sure.
You call her Miss Burgess.
Ms. Burgess?
That's somebody's fault.
So, Mayor, I would like to ask, I'm confused with the 50/40 that you said a while ago, Kirk, that y'all had a 50/40 easement. Y'all could explain that a little bit. But I also I'm still confused if Don Chewy's owns the road, is what you're telling me? If they own it, why has the city been paving it for all these years? And y'all know as well as I do, I mean, I've lived here a long time as well as all of you. That road has been paved a long time. When it started, I'll give y'all a little history lesson, but when it started, it was gravel. And it was gravel, we all rode up it, then it got paved. If the ball field didn't pave it and the city paved it, it seems like they kind of assumed ownership. Then there's the road sign there, y'all are changing the road sign. It doesn't say Don Chewy's Road, it says Don Evans Drive. Before that, it said it said Ballpark Drive. It got changed to Don Evans Drive several years ago. Y'all put the sign up, who owns it? If y'all are maintaining it, who owns it? That's my question. And I understand that you're saying we can put a culvert there, but that whole thing needs to be maintained. I'm doing my part. I can't vote myself a raise. You know, y'all, I mean, I am limited to what I can charge based on what the insurance does for prescriptions. I can't make this money back just by, I mean, I can't raise prices. I'm stuck. So, and I can't turn it into my insurance, and I'm gonna be $7,000 in the hole right now. Once I get this done, it's gonna be $37,000. I would appreciate any consideration, and again, they have told me that y'all's insurance would cover it. Now, if you don't own that road, I guess your insurance probably don't need to cover it. But to me, you've been maintaining a road that you don't own, and I don't understand why you do that if you don't own it. Where am I, Kirk? I can spill more if you want me to. Where am I?
No, you got another minute.
Oh, but I don't understand that. I don't understand how we can pay for a road out of city funds and it not be covered. Now, I'm gonna do my research. I will be at Shelley's office tomorrow and find out the deeds. And I mean, you're probably right. If you've gone and gotten them there, I'm sure they're right. But you're maintaining it like you own it. So why don't we own it? Why does the city own it? It makes no sense to me. Who's supposed to be maintaining that road? Don Chewy's cannot maintain it. Now, years ago, all that was one big parcel. And, you know, it was divided up and the easements came in from selling off, they sold off the road frontage to pay for the ball field. So, I mean, I'm sure they kept an easement if they didn't keep the driveway, but if the city's gonna maintain it, they're responsible for it, and it should be the city's purpose. I mean, y'all's part to take care of it, to take care of us. And, I mean, I'm a city taxpayer too, I appreciate it. Thank you, I know I'm not. I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I assume it's probably 5 years ago.
Okay,
But it's not, I mean, but it's been paved, so it's gravel.
that's basically, no one else signed up to speak, so.
I just, only because I say, as a person that had been on the council field for several years, and I was on the council when we paved that road, and I truly, in that process, I know Garland has been doing his due diligence in looking at where that over. And I'm just gonna say, as a person, I surely
Just, not sure about a planning and zoning meeting. I mean, I don't know, it would be scheduled for September 3rd, but since there's nothing, that probably won't be one. Then the next, wastewater council meeting, September 22nd. 5:30 and 6 p.m. Motion to adjourn. Second.